Hi everyone, welcome back. Hopefully you already took a look at my previous video introducing myself. If you have not, go ahead and go back and take a look at that video. This video is going to be focusing mostly on the syllabus and Canvas and all the information that you really need to know about the class. Just to make it a lot easier, you don't have to read as much. I know there's a lot of reading and things to go through. I figured making a video would be a lot simpler and easier on your brains, especially the first week back to school when everyone's tired and not ready to think yet. So go ahead and take a look at the intro video if you haven't already. But again, my name is Riley and I'll be your instructor for this semester. Um, I wanted to do this really quickly so I could go over the syllabus with you. Please still go through the syllabus and read it on your own, but I just wanted to touch some key points and clarify some things that might not be as clear written down. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we will get started on the syllabus. This syllabus, you should have gotten in an email, and I do have it also on the Canvas page, which I'll show you where it is on the Canvas page in just a minute. But I'm just going to be going through this. If you want to print it out, if you want to have it up while we go through it, that's totally fine, up to you. But this is our syllabus for the semester. This is our section number. It's 16891. If that doesn't look right to you, go ahead and investigate and email me if you need to. And speaking of email, my email is right here. My Zoom office hours are going to be on Tuesdays from 11 to 11:30. Office hours are not ever mandatory. However, it is a good resource for you to come and check in with me if you feel like you need to. If you have any questions, clarifications, if you're not sure about something. But also, I can address most of these questions through email as well. So if you don't want to, or if you don't need to come to office hours, you definitely don't have to. This is not a class meeting time. This is just a time for extra help. And then here's the Zoom link for that, as well as the meeting ID and passcode. And then this is just what we're going to learn. You're just going to be learning about basic biology concepts, and we'll be going through that throughout the semester. A really good important note is that this is an online asynchronous class, and I feel like it's never clear what that really means on the class schedule, but that basically means that we are never going to be meeting in person or even online. You are going to be going through modules on Canvas that are going to guide you throughout the entire semester. And you do that all on your own. You have deadlines that you just have to maintain, but we're not going to be meeting at all throughout the semester unless you decide to come to those office hours. If you're confused about this or if you don't think that's going to work for you, feel free to send me an email. I can help support you that way. But there's also like a little quiz throughout the syllabus that's basically tells you if you feel like you would be good in an online learning environment. It's definitely a different environment than an in-class environment. You're kind of held more responsible for your own learning, which can be hard for some people, but it also some people prefer it over in-person classes, which is totally understandable. So I just wanted to make that clear. So what exactly do you need for this class? A lab notebook is really helpful. It doesn't have to be in a notebook. It can just be like free paper. That's totally fine. I'll never physically collect it from you. So you won't be asked to submit the entire notebook for a grade, but you might be asked to upload photos of certain things if I ask you to draw something out, or if I ask you to show a graph that you might have drawn. You can do that. But it's also a good study tool. We do have a midterm and a final exam, so if you take notes of the labs throughout the semester, it'll be a nice organized place, and that would be really helpful, but it's not required. I'm not asking you to go out and buy a notebook. Another big part is connection to Canvas, which hopefully you already have access to if you're able to see this video, but you can find that Canvas link here or on the CSUN page or portal. Another big thing is Respondus Lockdown Browser. Since this is an online class and the exams are closed note, I do require Respondus Lockdown Browser for the midterm and the final exam. There are always technical difficulties with this, so I do recommend trying to download it. Like, might as well just get it done now when you're probably the least busy in the semester. Get it downloaded. If it's not working, then you can contact IT or you can visit IT, which is in the CSUN library. And all of that information is online as well. You will need some sort of computer device, iPad, and Wi-Fi. If you have any questions about where to find Wi-Fi or the device loaner program here at CSUN, it's a really great program. You can borrow a computer for the entire semester if you don't have one. You can find all that information here as well. Here's that is online learning for me quiz. And then I really want to be able to see you online since we don't meet at all. I want to be able to communicate with each other throughout the semester. So make sure you really participate in discussion posts and respond to your classmates. It just makes learning so much more fun, and it makes this class more enjoyable if everybody really connects with each other and is able to participate throughout the semester. Communication policy, if you have any questions throughout the semester, feel free to email me, join me in Zoom office hours if you want to. My email is right here. And I typically respond within 48 hours, Monday to Friday. 48 hours is being really generous. I'll probably respond to you in less than 24 hours. But just in case I'm out in the field or something's going on and I'm not able to access my email, that's why I put 48 hours there. And notice that does say Monday through Friday. So if you email me Friday night, I probably won't get back to you until Monday. The weekends are my weekends as well, and they're my days off as well. So I try not to be on my email constantly on Saturday or Sunday. So just be patient with me about weekends and try to plan around emailing me. If I try to check my email until like the end of the day on Friday, and I'll try to get back to you. But if you email me on Saturday, I can't guarantee I'll respond until Monday. Here's our grading rubric here. There are no plus or minus grades in Bio 100. It's just A, B, C, D, F. So just keep that in mind throughout the semester, just to maintain your grade. Make sure we're being respectful to each other. Here's just like walk through what we do each week. Each lab is going to open on Monday morning at midnight that Monday, and it's going to be open until the following Sunday. And it's going to be due that Sunday at 11:59 p.m. as it states down here. I'll go over this a little bit more once I jump into Canvas and I'm able to show you what due dates look like. If you submit anything late, there's a 10% penalty each day that it's late. So if it was due on Sunday and you submit it on Monday, it will be 10% off. So it'll go to 90%, assuming that you got 100% on the assignment. There is a minimum grade that I have in the grade book already, which is 50%. So the worst grade you can get, even if you submit it super late, is 50%. So it's not going to be a 0. Here's some info on the biology department withdrawal policy. Students with accommodations, if you are registered with DRES or if you need to register with DRES, make sure you do that, and the link is right there. It's important to note that the lecture does not really match with the lab. That's just the way that the course is designed. They're kind of two separate classes. So if you're expecting it to be exactly meeting up with it, it's just not going to, unfortunately. But hopefully I'll be able to give you all of the information that you need to be able to succeed with that week of lab, where you won't really need the lecture course. Some policies: no cheating or plagiarism. AI has become more and more apparent, and I do have a program that checks AI for me. So please don't submit anything that is AI generated. I will know and I will report you. Just do your own work. It's not hard, I promise. And if you have any struggles with it, just let me know and I'm happy to help you out. Here's some Title IX information. I am a mandated reporter, so if you have anything that happens and you tell me about it, I do have to report it. If you want to talk to somebody else that is not a mandated reporter, there is a campus care advocate, which you can contact here, and they are not mandated reporters. They will not report for you, which is really cool if you don't want it to be reported. Some policies. Here is a breakdown of our grades. So the course is going to be worth 356 points total. This is subject to change. It might change throughout the semester, but if it does, I will let you know. And then here's like a brief schedule, again, subject to change for sure. But it should be exactly this. At least the big things, like the midterm is like each week is going to be exactly this, but there might be some added assignments, or maybe I'll take away assignment or two. Okay. So that is our syllabus, and I will show you where to find it on Canvas. Let me change the screen share. Okay, so this is what your Canvas page is going to look like. It's in student view right now, so this is what it's kind of gonna, well, I guess if you go to home, this is what it will look like when you first enter. So welcome to Biology 100 Lab, awesome. You can start here, it'll take you to the modules. You can click here, it'll take you to the syllabus. The syllabus is right here. Oh, and I have one that you can download and print out if you want, or you can just reference the entire syllabus here. So if you go to the modules, you're going to click here to begin, which hopefully you've already done. You're going to go through here, read a little bit about me. You're going to submit some stuff about yourself. and all this thing. And then once you complete this first module, you're going to be able to move on to the second module and so on. So each week, there's a prerequisite where the following week has to be completed in order to access the new week. So let's say you didn't complete the experimental design module. You completed this first one where you're just going through the welcome information and you completed the lab safety rules quiz, but you didn't complete the experimental design module. That means the week 2 is not going to open for you until you finish week 1. So if it appears to be locked, maybe go back and make sure that you finished all the assignments, and then you can email me if it still appears to be locked. But I will get a lot of questions being like, it looks locked. I'm like, it's because you didn't finish the last module. So make sure that you complete each week's modules before moving on. I'm going to leave student view so I can show you what some of this stuff looks like. Oops. Okay. So for experimental design, for example, I'm going to talk about the due dates really quickly. So for this discussion, you're going to complete basically like an experimental design scientific method type assignment. And since this is opening the first day of classes, which is the 22nd, yeah, so it's going to be available from January 22nd at midnight. And it's going to be due that following Sunday. So it's available on the 22nd. It's going to be due on the 28th at 11:59 p.m. That is for full credit. You can submit it until the 28th at 11:59 p.m. However, it is going to be available until, this is actually wrong. It's going to be available until the Sunday after the 28th. So until February 4th, 11:59 p.m. After that, this entire module is going to lock and you're not going to be able to access it unless you email me. So please make sure you at least finish each assignment by February 4th. You will have the 10% penalty after the 28th. So 10% every single day that is late after the 28th, but it's going to officially lock on February 4th. And that's how the same pattern for each week is going to go. So it'll be open for 1 week and then for full credit. And then it's going to start getting that penalty after that 1 week mark. And then it's going to be open for 10% off each day until 2 weeks after it was originally opened. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, feel free to put that in the general discussions or general questions discussion page or something like that. I'm happy to answer the questions. Okay, so I'm just going to save that. And yeah, so if you're not familiar with Canvas, it's pretty easy and self-explanatory. But yeah, you can just go through each week's modules, and then but once you're done with that week, you were done for the entire week and you don't have to worry about it anymore. So the earlier you finish, the less you have to do later. And yeah, I think that's all I really have to go over. If you have any questions at all, feel free to email me. I'm happy to walk you through some things. Hopefully everything's pretty straightforward though. All right, so that is all for this first week. I will see you in a later video another time. I hope you have a great first week of classes. Bye.